Hello and welcome to today's video. A little while back I reviewed these pens from Wancher. These are the Nodoka pens, and they come with a fine nib or a medium nib, and they also come with a Fude nib called the Shara-Q nib. And I wanted to talk more about that nib today. So please go back and check out my original review. These are really great pens, right like an absolute dream. But today we're focusing on this one, and this is the Wancher Kuretake Kindai Maki-E in the Akafuji version. There are lots of different designs of this, but this nib is the Fude nib or the Shara-Q nib, which is a bent style nib. For those of you who don't know about Fude nibs and everything, this may look like that I've dropped the pen, but no, this is the way it's supposed to be, with that sort of upturned nib there. And it's a nib that is designed for calligraphy styles, particularly Asian or Eastern calligraphy styles like Japanese, and Chinese sort of lettering, stuff like that. It's also used a lot by artists because of the natural line variation it allows for. So it's not line variations in, like flex and things like that, or even like a stub. It writes based on the width of the line depends on the angle in which you hold the pen. And so I showed this nib in action in the review, but I wanted to make a special little video about it because I haven't done a whole lot of videos about Fude nibs, and I think that they're really, really great nibs. So I want to talk about that here. So I'm going to do a quick writing sample with it, showing a few different sort of angles and the line width you can get. Okay, bringing you in nice and close for this. This is Rhodia 80 GSM 5mm grid paper, just to give you a context of what I'm writing on. And this is that nib again. You can see it is a turned up folded nib, bent nib. These nibs that are on these Nodoka pens are made in Taiwan for Wancher. And so, yes, as I said, it comes with a fine, medium, or this Fude nib. You can see also, I just want to show off that artwork again, because isn't that beautiful? This sort of Maki-E style print on the pen, absolutely beautiful. Like it's got texture, it's really lovely. Okay, but that's not what we're here for today. We're here for the writing sample with this pen. So this is the Wancher, I'll just put Wancher Nodoka, because this is what the nibs come on. And this is what they call the Shara-Q nib, which is a Fude nib. Okay, so what makes this interesting? Well, firstly, like if you're just writing with it, one thing you notice is that you get a little bit of sort of natural line variation. It's also quite broad and very, very wet. But this is where the nib gets interesting because of that turned up folded nature of it. Depending on the angle in which you hold the pen, so right now I'm going to hold it basically straight down onto the page, you get something I equate to about a fine nib, roughly. Once again, if you turn it up the other way for reverse writing, you get something that would be like an extra fine. So you've got some natural variation there, which is what you would get from a standard pen. Now, let's hold the pen at like a 45-degree angle. You can see, I should say at perpendicular, you get, more or less the same line. So, for a 45-degree angle, you get something that's probably close to a broad. It's pushing that, that line width there, which is great. But then let's hold it at an even flatter angle. So basically, we're now going to be holding it at an angle that gets that flat surface of the nib onto the paper. So that to me, well, that's basically like, triple broad or something like that. It's laying down an amazing amount of ink. Nice wide line, it's smooth, but it's so generous. So how this is interesting is if you're doing, sort of calligraphy styles and you need like different you know, line widths and things. It's naturally there depending on how, on the angle in which you hold the pen. You can see just by tilting it as I've written that, like it looks awful, but you see it going from that sort of very fine to that big triple, you know, broad or even more line width there. It's also great if you're doing drawing. Let's say, you know, you've got your cube there and you want to do, you know, you want to color in part of it. There you go, fill it in, or just standard sort of, you know, cross hatching. You want to do cross hatching with different line widths. You know, it's a remarkably useful and you know, beautiful nib for the variation that's available on it. So I just wanted to show that in more detail. You can see all of this from the one nib, just depending on how you hold the pen. So Wancher, a lot of brands have these sort of Fude nibs, and Wancher has theirs on this Nodoka pen as well as on other pens, I believe. This is what I have it on. I've been using this for sketching and drawing a lot. I just keep refilling the pen with this beautiful Sailor ink here. I think this is Sailor Sailor Studio 967. It's just a beautiful ink and it looks great in this pen. I've had this pen inked now for a couple of months. Love it, absolutely love it. So yes, check out my original review. I'll also link to Wancher and everything sort of down below. But I just wanted to show a little bit more detail about how this Fude nib actually works. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. Big thank you to Wancher for sending this pen out for me to show you. And until next time, enjoy your nibs, whatever they may be, and I'll talk to you soon.